Hey guys, welcome back. It's Gabby. Today I'm going to be doing the Bookish book tag. This was created by Becca Awesome Book Nut, and I will post the link to her original video down below, so definitely go check it out. There are 15 questions to this book tag, and let's get started. Question number 1. What is a well-loved book that you hated? I have two answers for this one. The first is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. It's not that I hated Cinder. To me, it felt really slow, and it wasn't until I started Scarlet that I really got into the series. So I love this series, but Cinder was not one of my favorites, and honestly it wasn't even one of my favorite books that I've read. The next book is Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This book was getting a lot of praise on BookTube, and I thought it was going to be really awesome. It's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which is pretty cool. I got it and I liked it at first. I really liked the premise of it. The synopsis was really interesting. Loved the magic system, but it fell flat to me kind of towards the middle and towards the end. And if you've seen any of my videos, personally for me, the ending really makes or break a book. Question 2, what is a guilty pleasure read? I wouldn't necessarily consider it a guilty pleasure, but more of a indulgence pleasure, and that is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. I have reread The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe so many times, I can't even count. I read it once a year since I have read it for the first time in elementary school like 20 years ago. Question number 3, have you ever spoiled a book for someone? Yes, and this is a terrible spoiler. I feel so terrible, but I was with my husband and we were on our way to go see the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2 movie, and I had completely forgotten that he hadn't read the last few Harry Potter books, and I accidentally spoiled how I wished a specific character wouldn't die, or that I'm cringing to see this specific character dead, and I felt so bad because he was just like, what? I felt terrible. Question number 4. What book made you ugly cry? For this, I'm going with The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. This book was really hard for me to get through. The idea is really sad and horrifying, and it's about a 14-year-old girl and she gets murdered and she is trying to help her family find her killer. There are specific scenes that made me cry, and ugly cry, like things were not good. Question number 5, what is your latest DNF or did not finish? For this, I'm going with Soundless by Rochelle Mead. This is her new standalone book, I believe, and I read maybe a few chapters before I ended up putting it down. I'm really sad I didn't like this book because I absolutely love the Vampire Academy series. I was really excited to kind of see more of a standalone book from her, but I just couldn't really get into it. Question number 6. Which book have you read due to controversy? That is Twilight by Stephenie Meyer. There is a huge controversy about Twilight going on in my high school when it first came out. Question 6. Have you read a book where you question the author's sanity? Yes, anything by Edgar Allan Poe, which I think we all know he was a little insane. His works are very, very creepy. Question 8, what is the most cringeworthy book that you have read? For this, I'm going with 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. This book was so cringeworthy that I had to put it down. Personally, for me, it's just not the types of books that I like to read, and the language made me a little cringy, and the content was really cringeworthy as well, so yeah, not the book for me. Question 9, what book have you read solely due to the cover? For this, I am going with The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. I can't say that it was solely due to the cover because I did know it was by Holly Black and I really enjoy Holly Black's other works. I never even read the synopsis. I saw the book. I was like, oh, Holly Black, and this book is beautiful. I'm gonna get it. So I did. And unfortunately, I didn't like the book. Question 10, name a book you're embarrassed to admit you've read. To be quite honest, I'm not really embarrassed to say I've read many books. Maybe I'm embarrassed to say that I've started 50 Shades of Grey, to be quite honest. But I am more embarrassed to say that I haven't read a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket. I hear that those books are amazing and I really need to get that series and read it. Question 11, name an unknown book you wish more people knew of. For this, I'm going with The Once and Future King by T.H. White. I read this book in high school and I absolutely loved it. I loved the Arthurian legend of it. I wish that more people knew about it. Question 12, name a favorite villain. I am gonna go with my all-time favorite villain, and that is Dolores Umbridge from the Harry Potter series. She makes me so angry. The fact that I can get all of these terrible feelings towards her means that she is a fantastic villain. Question 13, name a book you enjoyed that you read that's outside the norm of genre you usually read. I am gonna go with Saga by Brian Vaughan, because I usually don't read a lot of graphic books or comic books, graphic novels. Saga is kind of the graphic novel that is really bringing me more into that sort of genre. It is great. I'm really excited to be introduced to more graphic novels. Question 14. Tropes you enjoy reading. I really like the brooding male character tropes. The one where, you know, they are very firm and brooding and you don't know anything about them, but they love the main character and they would do anything for her, but you know, you don't really see much emotion come out of them. That character trope to me never really gets old. And question 15, what inspired you to join BookTube? I was inspired to join BookTube because I am kind of the only reader in my group of friends and family. I just want to be able to gush and just talk about specific books that I love. Sometimes I'll call my husband up and, you know, oh my gosh, you have no idea how this book ended. It was crazy. And, you know, he's not super interested, which I don't blame him. He's not really into books. I love being able to make videos and we discuss these books together. That's really one of the biggest things that inspired me to join BookTube. All right, guys, that is it for the Bookish book tag. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time with another video. Bye.